So with Scarlet Violet just a couple weeks away, I wanted to revisit my shiny hunting tracker so that it'll be a lot easier to update when that game does come out. So to actually download it, you come over here to releases, get the latest version, just click this and download it. Whenever you extract it, you should see contents like this. You just click launch.bat and it should pull up the window. It's a blank window right now, but to add a hunt, you just click this and it's a list of all Pokemon, all games, and all methods. So let's just hunt a Legends Arceus one. It'll pull the images from the internet, just like that. And you just select the game and the method. So the games list is restricted. As you can see, this Pokemon's only available in Legends Arceus at the moment. And you can find it in these two methods. So if we just reset, go back in here. Let's pick a Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's go Dratini, sure. Jolteon, sure. It's available in most every game because you can breed it. And let's pick X, sure. You can Masada or Full Odds because you can breed it. Or you can pick a game, let's say Alpha Sapphire, and it'll remove every Pokemon that you can't get. See, this only goes up to Gen 6. And every legendary. And it'll also restrict this so you can't pick a method outside of the game. So let's pick Mewtwo. Use the text field to search. Mewtwo, so it only displays the games Mewtwo is available in. It is available in a lot of games. So let's pick Zacian. Sure. There you go. It's only available in Sword. And it's only available Full Odds. So we'll just do that and it adds it to the main window here. So we got a lot more buttons now. We got a close hunt, which will remove it from this window. Increment and decrement, which just makes the encounters go up or down. Caught, which closes this and adds it to a list of Pokemon that you've caught in the past. A pop-out window, which we'll get to in a sec. Settings, which includes an increment, a fail, a phase. Fail just resets it to 0. Phase brings up a window for you to select a Pokemon that you caught before the one you targeted. Adds that to the list and resets this to 0. And change increment. You enter the number here. Say you're hunting soft resetting for, let's say, Kyogre on like 4 Game Boys, right? You just click 4, and every time you increment, it'll go up by 4 or down by 4. And here we got a help button, which shows the game, method, and Pokemon, as well as some info that changes depending on what method you pick, and also some resources if you want some more information about that. So onto the hunt window, every Pokemon comes with a little layout for you to display. You could use this in OBS, or if you just want to set this up on a external monitor as like a pretty way to keep track of your hunts, you can do that as well. You can click and drag the elements like so, arrange them however you like. If you scroll, it'll make them bigger or smaller. And if you notice over here, when we popped out, the window settings appeared. So we'll just open that up and we got a bunch of settings here. So for the sprite, we can change the form. If Pokemon has a form, change that to the crown form. Just give it a sec to load. You can also manually change the X and Y locations of the whatever element you're messing with. You can also manually change the scale, but it's a lot easier to click and drag or scroll, in my opinion. And then we got adjust image layout bounds. So this has to do with how this application saves layouts, which we will get to in a minute. Labels, same thing, but you got a lot more settings here. You can change the color of the label. So let's just make this Pokemon text we're looking at here. Let's put the odds back. This is Zacian, so we want to make Zacian, make that bigger. Let's make it dark blue because it's sword, and then we'll make it sure, Mistral. There you go. You can change the font. Now Mistral doesn't have a italics or bold settings, but it does have an underline, so you can underline it just like that. And so you want to give it an outline, black outline of, this is the scale. So if you change this to 1, the outline will be the outline will be just as wide as the font is. So if you want an outline half the size of that, you just make it 5, or you can make it 2 or 1, you know. Make it a little bit bigger, might be easier to see. Make this white. Let's see. It's a little bit hard to see. There you go. So change the outline just like that. Method, same thing in games and counters. Odds is a bit different. Here you can add modifiers. I call them game-specific modifiers. That's not every game has every modifier. So you can add the shiny charm, and it brings down the odds to fit your shiny charm. And with games like Legends Arceus, you can have Dex Perfect or Dex Complete. That'll also do that. And with combo methods, which we'll get to in a little bit, you can also change the combo count and stuff. So this is just the background. If you want a red background, my favorite is just transparent, where you can just click and drag. The transparent window does stay within the bounds of what it was before you click transparent. So if we just make this full screen and then pull the settings back up, transparent, you can click and drag this anywhere you want. So for you can actually have multiple, you can overlap them. So for saved layouts, we can just, this will be a list of all the saved layouts. So we'll just name this layout test 1, and it'll save where all these items are on this window. So if we move this down here, say, oh, I actually wanted this back, load it, puts it back where it was. Now going back to image bounds here, it doesn't save the scale of this. Like, it doesn't say, oh, this is the scale of this is half, right? It saves the fit bounds. Let's just make this a bit smaller. So it doesn't save the scale, it saves the bounds, which is this. So that whenever you reuse this on a different Pokemon, let's say, it tries to fit the new Pokemon within these bounds. You can move this down here, save it, sure. Or if you mess it up, I don't want them to be that small, cancel, brings it back. Or if you're messing with it, you decide you don't like it, fit to image, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that. That is it for the hunt window settings. Since we brought it up, we'll start a combo hunt. Let's just say catch combos. Let's go Pikachu, Pidgeot. Okay. Close that Zacian hunt. So, like I mentioned, the odds, here we go. There's a combo field here. So whenever we increment this, it goes up, and the odds will go down whenever it reaches the threshold, so that it keeps up. Lure decreases odds. Shiny Charm also decreases odds. But it'll actually keep track of what the odds are depending on the combo. And if you reset the combo, just like that, it brings it back down. So that is it for the hunt windows. So whenever you close a hunt, just like that, it brings up, whenever you try to add it, it saves all previous hunts. So if you click previous hunt, there's a Zacian hunt. You load it just like that. So if we make it 20, since we changed the increment to 4 earlier, and then we close it, continue, it saves 20. So let's just say we caught, okay, so coming down to the settings, we'll mess with the catch stuff later. Saved hunts, we have 2 saved hunts. So this is for if you want to change the encounters. If you want to change anything about the hunt, you can change it. Though do keep in mind there are no restrictions on this. So if you edit a game to spawn or to remove a shiny log per se, or there's a Pokemon that you catch but another family in its tree, you can evolve it, you can change that here. So let's just change this to probably say Executor, right? And then it updates it just like that. So keybinds, by default, it is bound 1 through 10 or 1 through 0 on the keyboard. But if you wanted to bind it to numpad, or if you're more comfortable with QA or QWE, for example, right? So if you press those buttons, it'll increment them by whatever you set the increment to be. So that's keybinds. So there's one more window. There's previously caught. Let's say we catch those. There's new settings here, previously caught. This is a window for you to display n number of previously caught Pokemon. So we have 2 previously caught Pokemon. So we just display the last one. We got the last one. It was Executor. Same settings here that should be identical to the last window, but each hunt has their own. So we caught Zacian and Executor. So if we display the last 2, it'll show the last 2, just like this. And whenever we catch another one, so let's say we want to Ultra Wormholes, hit Powdon, sure. Just like this. Let's increment this 15, sure. And whenever we click catch, it'll update and fit everything within the bounds. Just like that. So this is essentially all this application is meant to do. Help you keep track of hunts, do multiple hunts at once. If you want to, you can add this to streams to make it a lot easier. Do everything automatically. If you have any feature suggestions or you find any bugs, please don't hesitate to let me know.